Can you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good
Good
afternoon, sir.
afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay. So in the continuation of the problems involving the inferences rules, US rule, ES rule, UG rule, and then EG rule. Okay, we can get it to solve related to the problems. So here, this problem. See, in this problem, they are provided two premises. They ask you to determine the conclusion as like this form. Okay, I can just proceed to introduce the first premise. So otherwise, second premise. So that is a short form. See here, there exists y m of y and negation w of y. By using rule P, I have introduced that. Okay. So in your second one, see here in your second premise, that means first premise, f of x and s of x. Okay, I always have suggested you to consider without as a predicate functions. You can just simply consider this as a variable so that the problem can be easily completed. Okay, otherwise if you keep considering this as a quantifiers, this as a predicate functions, you could not imagine, you could not predict what will be the proceeding steps to complete the answer. You could not easily get the ideas to solve the problems in a easier way. So instead of that, you just simply consider like this is of the form f and s. So this is the one statement, one variable implies the second one, m implies w. Okay, see here m implies w. Here also it involves with m w. So I try to modify the second premise with the first premise second of with related to the form m implies w so that I can apply the cancellation between the premises. Otherwise, I could not get the answer f yes. Okay, I'll repeat the statements again. See here, the conclusion is expected you to show the answer only involves with the variables f and s. Okay, so m w should be removed. So here in the second premise, what they are used m w. In the first premise, second part involves with m w. So I should apply any modification to cancel both the terms. Certainly I can get the desired conclusion. So accordingly, I will try to modify the second premise, what they are given as B. So here in the second premise, after this, see here M and negation W. So here, first I'll say on to you, what is the logical equivalent formula of this P implies Q?
Negation of P or
Q.
Negation P R Q. Okay. So here, yes. So here there are some more logical premises also given. So here it is of the form. I don't want to. I already have suggested you to not to memorize all the formulas. You can just keep in your mind only this formula. This formula, if you keep in your mind, you can derive any sort of formulas involving the implication symbol. Already I have told you. Okay. So likewise, see here you can just take a look. M and negation is there. M, that means variable, and negation is there. But here negation or Q is there. So how can I convert this R symbol into the form negation? Sorry, into and.
Take negation, sir.
Take negation, very good. Take negation on both sides. P implies Q. So that will be, so if you take negation on both the, if you apply the negation inside the bracket, so negation of negation P will be P, R will become Q, sorry, R will become and, Q will become negation Q. Okay, so now actually originally this formula was given there in the tautological implication table, but already I've told you not to memorize all the formulas, otherwise you will forget everything. So instead of that, you can just keep in your mind. So on the basis of the requirement, you can just adjust the formula. Okay. So here, have you understood this step? How the P and the negation Q has come?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So likewise, if I proceed the same shortcut over here, so I can just simply take negation outside between them, negation out. So here, negation of by using tautological implication formula for the step number 1, you can simply write logical equivalence formula, or you can write the original formula. Negation of P implies Q implies P and negation Q. Have you understood this step, second step? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. After this, see here, in your negation, in your predicate function, there is the terms is like simply. Already you have come to know the De Morgan's law. See, a negation of P R Q means simply you can write like negation P and negation Q can be written like. Okay. Likewise, if it involves with the quantifiers, see here, for all x, P of x or Q of x. You can just simply imagine like this. Okay, here if you apply the negation, okay, if you apply the negation for this whole term, how the term can be changed. So here negation of for all x can be changed into there exists x. Okay, so negation of for all symbol, negation of universal quantifier will be changed as existential quantifier. Can you just guess negation of the existential quantifier?
For all.
That's
For
it.
all.
For all, universal quantifier. Negation of the existential quantifier can be changed into the form universal quantifier. That's it. Okay. So after this, so rest of the things will be same. P of x that can be changed as negation P of x. Okay. Likewise, how you followed that, same thing will be followed over there also. And negation of Q of x. Okay, by means of that I am going to take this negation out, so that time this will be changed into for all y. Okay, for all y, that means for all y negation, sorry, 1 minute, oh sorry, yeah, negation of for all y, m of y implies w of y. Can I write like this? Can I write like this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the value will not be affected, right? So after this, so this is just apply the tautological implication table for the step number 2. After this, see here, I hope now you will understand why I have written like this. See here, in your first premise you have the form like this. Okay, you can just simply consider this like A implies B. Now your form is converted like, your third step can has already written like
Negation.
negation B. That's it. So now what rule I can apply between them?
Modus tollens.
Modus tollens. Very good. So what will be the answer?
Not A.
Not A. That's it. Okay. So by applying the modus tollens rule, before that I should introduce the premise A here. See here, there exists x, f of x and s of x implies for all y, m of y implies w of y. Okay, by using rule P I have introduced that. After this, so by clubbing the third and then fourth steps, by applying the rule T, you can write the rule modus tollens rule. Okay, so the answer will be negation of there exists x, f of x and s of x. Okay, this is not a required conclusion. So what can I do next? This is not a required conclusion.
X, I mean, we take the negation inside.
Very good. We should take the negation inside. So if you bring the negation inside, the negation of there exists x can be converted as for all x. Then negation of this will be changed into the form negation of f of x and can be changed into r. Then negation of s of s. Okay. Yes. So this have applied the rule T for the step number 5, logical equivalence. Otherwise you can write like De Morgan's. After that, still it is not in the form. Okay. Now, what rule I can apply to get into the form?
Negation P or Q is
Very good. That is P implies
P implies Q.
P implies Q. Logical equivalence formulas, in particularly implication formula, says like if suppose P implies Q means that can be written like negation P R Q. So likewise here this is negation P R Q. So accordingly you can just simply write like the formula is P implies Q, that is f of x implies, here Q is negation of s of
Negation of Sx.
Yes, that's it. See here the by apply the formula T for the step number 6. That's it. So this is your desired conclusion. Have you understood this? Is it clear?
Just explain it once more.
Yeah, please. Which step you are expecting me to explain once again?
So third one.
Third one. Yeah. See here, it is of the form negation of m of y implies w of y. See here, already I have told you, De Morgan's law says for the quantifier, negation of universal quantifier means that will be changed as existential quantifier. Likewise, negation of existential quantifier means universal quantifier will be the answer. So likewise, now I can take negation out, then if I even bring the negation inside, the value should not be changed the second step. See here, if you bring inside negation means negation of universal quantifier, that is existential quantifier. Rest of the things, negation of this, that's it. Okay. Why I have changed like this? So that I can apply, I am allowed to apply here Tollens rule, modus tollens between the premise A and then derived step third. Now, did you get the answer or do you want me to explain once again?
No, sir, got it. Thank you.
Okay, fine. Yeah, thank you. Okay, have you understood this problem?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now,
Sir, can you
Yes.
explain fifth step?
fifth step, 1 minute. Yes. See here in your fifth step, your premise, first premise was there like it is of the form, you can consider this as your first variable A, this as your second variable B. Your derived step is actually third step. Your third step you have got like negation B, that is this step. Yeah, this one, third step, negation B. So here A implies B and then negation P. By applying the modus tollens rule, B term will be vanished. A will come with the negation A. So have you got the answer?
Sir, in the exam, do we need to
Thank you.
show
Yes,
the
please.
negation part of it? Because we are actually using the negation logical equivalence when we are put in the fifth step, right? Negation of this. So do we need to show that or not required?
Which one? Which step you are asking?
The fifth step, when we are using modus tollens to
Yeah.
get the negative for if there exists x, f of x and s of x.
Yeah.
So that did not come directly from third and fourth modus tollens, right? We actually flipped the fourth one and then we did it like that. That is how it is derived. So do we need to show that or not required?
No, no, no. Actually, it is required to introduce the premise A, no? That's what you are asking, right? Or
No,
I
no,
think
sir.
I'm getting your question wrongly.
Sir, in the fourth step,
Okay.
like when we are applying third and fourth step modus tollens,
Yeah.
it is not a direct modus tollens, right?
Oh, okay, okay. You are asking me like to change as the dummy variable, and then we need to proceed, like,
Do we
right?
need to do that or no
No,
need?
no, 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 no. It's not required to proceed. Like, actually, in the initially, I have shown that to apply the US rule and then other things. That's clearly hidden steps. That's not at all problem. That can be acceptable. Even if you refer the books, they would have followed this method only. That's not at all problem. That will be considered. If you proceed into that way, certainly that will take around 14 or 15 steps. So not
Yes.
at all problem. Okay, fine. If you refer the other books like Veeraraj and other things, they have skipped those steps. Okay, so here you should come to know that as that's why initially we have focused on the basic rules like ES and then other things. Okay,
Yes, sir.
if you're familiar on it, you can skip it. Okay. Anyway, good question. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Before entering into that, we will finish the attendance part and then we will come back. Yes. Please, you can fill the attendance form as soon as possible. Yeah. Okay, fine. So in this problem, they have given the problem like to solve by using the indirect method. Okay, indirect method already you are familiar with the previous model. So now we'll quickly enter into that. What is the first step you need to follow in your indirect method? Can anyone recall that?
Assumed premise.
Very good. By taking
Assume
Negation of the
negation of
the
conclusion.
very good
Conclusion.
negation of the conclusion. So here negation of the conclusion should be taken as the assumed premise. So here negation of for all x p of x are there exist x q of x. So this is your assumed premise. So here you can just simply change accordingly, like what will be the equivalent answer for this if you apply the negation inside, how it can be converted.
There exists x.
Very good. There exists x negation p of x and
for all x negation qx.
oh, very good. See here after this. So here your task was assigned here to show the answer as the
Contradiction.
Okay, contradiction. So here I have been handed in one step. Also have one more premise is given. This is assumed premise, so I can introduce that premise also. See here, that is for all x, p of x are q of x. Okay, so by using rule P. Next, after this, see here, I should try to show the answer in the contradiction by taking the conjunction should be there, should be shown as the false. Okay, so that's the task assigned to me. So here first I need to split this assumed premise by using the simplification rule. I'm allowed to split like there exists x negation p of x. Okay, it is of the form p and q. Okay, p and q. P and q means that is possible to split like either p or q. Okay, by using the simplification, basic theory of inference rule. So here I have splitted the first step. Likewise, I'm allowed to split the second one. So before that, I'll complete this. So to remove the quantifier, what rule I should apply here?
Yes.
ES. ES. Okay. ES rule for the step number 3. See here, it comes like negation of p of y. Okay. Likewise, I can split the second off from the first step. There exists x, q of x. So simplification rule. Okay, you can write the same. Okay, after this, so again I'm going to apply the
Yes.
okay, see here I have done one mistake. See here, that is
Should be
for all,
for all.
right? For all. Why I have doubted this? Can anyone guess? Actually, I have written wrongly. That's my mistake. But how did I get that? That would have been mistake. How did I get that? Like that has been done mistake. Can anyone try to guess? Yesterday we have discussed the problem related to that. Anyone?
Sir, you can't use ES two
Very
times.
good. I can't use second time ES rule. So there might be mistake in the premise what I have written earlier, or I should have something I have copied somewhere wrongly. So that's in that mean only I have guessed. So that would have mistake. Okay. So next. So there exists. The first one is okay for all q of x. Okay. Now what rule I should apply? What rule I should apply to remove that quantifier? Quickly.
US rule.
US rule.
US.
So here, so I think negation is missed, right? Negation of q of y. So after this, so in my hand, fourth step and then sixth step, fourth and sixth. So I should connect both the things by applying the conjunction rule, negation of p of y and negation of q of y. See here, this is your by using rule T, I am able to connect step number 4 and 6. After this, actually this is the 10 mark question, so this was the important one, so please listen. After this, so I can take negation out. P of y or q of y. Okay, so next. So some guys have already predicted why I have written like this. See here, in your second step, you have introduced the premise, but you didn't proceed after that second step related to that premise. There you have shown the premise like p of x or q of x. Here you have the answer like negation of p r q. I'll repeat, there PRQ, just PRQ. Here negation of PRQ. What is the relationship between them?
Contradiction.
Contradiction. So before that, I need to do some
US.
proceedings. What rule?
US rule.
US rule.
US
US.
rule.
Okay. See here. In second step, I can apply US rule. So I will get the answer like P of Y or Q of Y. So now, in the 10th step, problem is going to wind up.
Theory of inference.
Theory of inference, basic rule. That is P of Y or Q of Y. Between them, I can apply the conjunction negation of P of Y or Q of Y. So step number 8 and then 9. So what is the answer for this? False.
It's a contradiction.
Contradiction.
Which is a contradiction. Contradiction to our assumption. Okay. So have you understood this problem? Is this clear? See here, one person has raised on doubt previously, but sir, why you didn't apply their US rule and then ES rule? There it is not required to apply their ES rule and then US rule. Even if you have applied, not at all problem. That's a very appreciable step, not at all problem. That's a reasonably you are explained very neatly. But here, can I skip that steps like to apply the ES rule and then other US rules? Is it possible to skip? Sorry, is it possible to skip the those rules, two rules, ES and then US? In the previous problem, it was allowed even to skip ES and then US rules, but here it is mandatory to apply those rules. Have you got the point? What I'm saying about it? I think one person has raised a doubt about it, so that's why I have just justified about the doubts. Is it clear? Have you got what I have said to you? See here, to make a connection between them. See here, negation of this form like P of X or Q of X. To combine those terms, first I need to apply the simplification rule. Then certainly it is required to remove those quantifiers. Then only I can proceed to convert the form to apply conjunction between this step and then derived step to get the answer in a contradiction manner. So here it is mandatory to apply the US rule and then ES rule. Otherwise, you could not proceed the answer to get in the form contradiction. Okay, anyway, you will try in different way. Certainly, you will get stuck in one step. Certainly, at that moment, you will be required to apply either US rule or ES rule will be required to apply. You could not escape from that. Okay, but in the previous problem, it is not required to apply those rules. Even if you are not applying, you can easily complete the answer. Okay, accordingly, they have provided the question, but here it was framed like to apply mandatory to apply US and then ES rules. Have you got the point what I'm talking about this? Have you got the answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, next. Formula involving more than one quantifier. Anyway, we are already started to discuss about it. In single predicate function, in single predicate, single scope, you may have two quantifiers. Okay, that time, how the US rule and then ES rule can be cancelled. At the same time, formula involving more than one quantifier as well, two variable in single predicate function. Two variable in single predicate function. Two variable predicate. Okay, how? Like already I told you that can be skipped. Later we can discuss about it. Okay, so that's it. P of X comma Y or like Q of X comma Y comma Z. So that times as far as we are discussed only like P of X or Q of X or P of Y or Q of Y, something like you are discussed the predicate function only with single variable. Okay, but here how it can be applied for two variable predicate function. So same thing, there is no confusion. See here, if suppose if you are applying the US rule for this step, for example, you can just consider this problem. P of X comma Y, then there exists Y. If suppose if you are applying US rule for this step means, sorry, ES rule for this step means that time what variable should be removed?
Y.
Sorry,
We
y.
should remove.
We should remove y. So here I can remove y. I should not touch the x value. So the corresponding y variable can be removed as well. The free variable should be introduced as like z. Other than y, you are allowed to use any other variables. Likewise, I'll raise one more question to you. If suppose, if I have the term like this, if I apply US rule, what will be the answer?
There
One
exists a Y.
Very good. I should
P
not
of
touch
Z,
the there
comma.
exists symbol. P of
Z, comma Y.
Z, comma. That's it. Okay. So that's it. Okay. Now we can enter into that. The problem involving to that. Yes. The first problem is given like show that this is your conclusion. So you are supposed to consider this will be your first premise. This will be your second premise. So I can consider the first step. So here, first step, I can introduce the any step like for all x, for all y, p of x comma y implies w of x comma y. So here the brackets are so sensitive already I've told you. See here. Okay, so x and then y involves for both the functions p function and then w function. By using rule p I have introduced that. So here in the second one, negation of w of a comma b. See here I always told you to keep the shortcut like you can consider not as a predicate function, you can consider simply as a variable. See here it is of the form p implies w, negation w is there. What formula I can apply to get the answer like negation p?
Modus tollens.
Very good, modus tollens, same. Okay, so here, but here you can just comparatively check the step number 1 and then 2. Here in the step number 1, the predicate functions are involved with the variables x, y. In the second one, it involves with the variable a, b. Your answer was expected you to show the answer like a, b. Now, can you just guess how the third step can be proceeded?
Rule US.
Very good. Rule US. First, I need to apply rule US by removing the first quantifier x. So here, then p of what value I can put instead of x?
A.
Very good. Super. That's the prediction. Super. So w of wherever x comes, you should change like a. Okay. In the second step. In the second step.
Rule
Next.
US again, sir.
Again rule US. Very good. So here p of a comma
B.
b. Very good. So here US rule. Okay. So after this, what
Modus
rule I can?
tollens.
Very good. So
Modus
applying
tollens.
the rule T between second step and then fourth step. So I'll be getting the answer like. Have you understood this problem?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so with that, model 2 is completed. Is there any doubt on this involving two variables? So same thing, you should keep in your mind how the brackets are so sensitive. I have told you many times. At the same time, if you are going to remove any quantifier, means the respective variable should be removed in the entire scope. Okay, you should not touch the other one. Otherwise, it will behave in wrong ways. So always you have to be care about it, what variable you are planned to remove. So that you have to be cautious about it. Okay, any other doubts on this problems?
Sir, in when we have multivariable, can we have
Yes.
statements with that?
No. Certainly, no problems will be given with these statements if you consider them multivariables. Okay.
So can you show the previous slide?
Yes. This one or?
Yes, sir, this one only.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Any other doubts in